वेलकम नाजरीन, मैं हूं आमिर पीरज़ादा, आपका होस्ट स्टोर फ्रंट के साथ। जिस प्रोग्राम में हम आपकी मुलाकात बहुत सारे एंटरप्रेन्योर्स से, बिज़नेस ओनर्स से करवाते हैं और ना कि सिर्फ मुलाकात करवाते हैं बल्कि आपको उस बिज़नेस के बारे में मालूमात भी फराहम करते हैं। हमारे पिछले प्रोग्राम्स में हम आपके लिए गैस स्टेशन इंडस्ट्री से आपको मुतारफ़ करवाया। बहुत सारे लोग जो उस इंडस्ट्रीज़ में आना चाहते हैं या ऑलरेडी उसमें हैं, उस इंडस्ट्री में, उसके बारे में हम आपको मालूमात फराहम करते हैं। तो नाज़रीन, आज हमारे शो में दो बहुत ही अच्छे और इंटरेस्टिंग पर्सनालिटीज़ हम लेकर आए हैं, जिसमें एक मिस डिमिट्रिया स्मिथ। शी इज़ एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, बिजनेस वुमन। शी इज़ गोना टॉक अबाउट how to get into business, how to improve your credits, or especially for minority groups, how to get into businesses. तो हम इनसे भी बात करेंगे। एंड वी हैव सेकंड गेस्ट ब्रूस बडू। Also he is a very interesting personality. We have been friends for a long time, but I want everybody to enjoy his talk on how to raise money for businesses. This is very interesting subject for every single business owner. चाहे बहुत सारे पैसे हों आपको बिजनेस स्टार्ट करने के लिए या पैसे ना हो, so how can you bring investors on board? And I would call him a venture architect. So first of all, welcome both of you to the show. I hope I did the justice with your brief intro. So
you did great, Amir.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Miss Dimitria, tell me about your little bit background, maybe in your own words.
Well, a little bit about me. I am an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for the past 15 years in the financial industry in regards to the mortgage industry. Also, I also run a financial consulting firm when it comes to finance, to try to help people get their credit, asset, kind of get it built up so people can be ready to enter into entrepreneurship. So I like to get them ready for the lender.
All right. So as we briefly discussed that how easy these days minorities, if we try to focus on, what would you say if anyone doesn't have a good credit? The reason I ask you this first question because people might have a good idea of a business or might have a good product and they don't know how to launch it. What would you suggest to them?
Well, first thing first, they need to get a profile built for themselves. So we're going to, as lenders, and I'm still in the lending industry, so as lenders, we're going to look at three things: collateral, credit, and cash flow when it comes to opening up a business. Now, a lot of people may just be getting started and do not have cash flow currently for their current idea or current business. So with that being said, we'll start them off on what you call a fast track loan. So that kind of help people to kind of get built. So that supports their ideas. So as you stated earlier, people have a lot of ideas, but they don't have money to get started.
Right.
But first thing first, they definitely have to have that credit. So that's where I come in at and help people build a credit portfolio so we can make them credit worthy. So that's the first thing. So they cannot forget credit, asset, and collateral.
So, well, the whole purpose actually of the storefront is to introduce our viewers, those who are already in business, and especially those who are or who want to be in a business. So let's say somebody doesn't have a good credit. So it is kind of scary for them to go to the bank. So what other creative ideas you can suggest for people to look into? Creating your credit is good. If you have $1 million to start a business, that's wonderful, right? But if somebody does not have that and have all the other abilities, so what would you suggest them to work on first?
Unfortunately, the way things are in terms of the state guideline and the lenders guideline, they have to have the credit, and we have to see if they're credit worthy. Now, I'd like to hear what our guest next to me have to say about this, because it seems like he have a product that can help business people that do not have that credit. So I'm interested in what he have to say. But when it comes to people with ideas, there's no other alternative. If they want to get a loan, if they're trying to get a business loan, now they can use grants. Sometimes that's a barrier too, and that's how come I didn't really mention the grants, but grants are a barrier, so you have to meet certain criteria to get those grants. And of course, grants you do not have to pay back.
Right. So we can touch base on this grant issue because that would be a very interesting subject for people to know what are the options available. So let's ask Bruce. Well, again, welcome.
Thank you, Amir. Nice to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
All right, I really appreciated your time, sir. So what do you say for somebody to...
We are in the equity side. I would love to learn more about grants and loans, but our side is basically if you want to start a business or if you want to expand your business, we suggest you go to your friends, your family, and sometimes they're known as fools because it's high risk, but they're the people that are going to give you the best deal.
Right.
After you've gone through a couple of rounds, you may actually approach professional investors, and you're going to have to be much more prepared to handle their types of questions, and especially the valuation that you bring up. A lot of people think their business is worth $40 million and they're doing $10,000 a month. Unless you have a large patent portfolio and perhaps a contract with a large company, you're probably not worth 40, you may be worth $1 million. So valuation is very, very important.
Well, back to this actually question, but I would want you to explain our viewers your background.
Well, I'm a midwife to small businesses trying to expand. I have a very broad background, including biotechnology, technology, television production, software production. I used to work for Volvo Corporation, and we did about $300 million worth of loans using my software. I wrote the first 6 business plans, and at the end of that trek, I closed a $22 million deal in Australia. Didn't have to fly down there. We used one of these wonderful internet telephone deals. And it was all about business planning. I wrote large financial models that everybody in the Volvo world could get on. We had them all over the world looking at the tool. And we were able to explain what the risks and rewards were, what the margins looked like, and all those things that people look for.
So with that statement, I realized, since I have known you, especially on that part, that you said that you do not start a lot of businesses, but you have seen thousands and thousands of businesses. I would say, am I exaggerating? I hope not.
You're right, although we just started one last week.
Yeah, so basically with your analytical skills, you have seen ups and downs of businesses. So please tell us, our viewers, that as I initially asked, if somebody doesn't have a good credit, you said, okay, go to your family members, friends, sell your ideas. So elaborate, I would say, a little bit on that one.
The number one thing is you must have a network. If you just pick up the telephone book and try to call people as a cold call, they're going to hang up on you in a heartbeat. So while you're in business, start asking your clients, what do you invest in? Go to shows where people of like minds are. Hand out business cards. And most importantly, don't keep talking about what you're doing. Develop a relationship and find out what they're doing. A person that has money gets tired of being approached all the time. Oh, I got this great idea and I have passion. You know what? That gets really tiring.
That's right.
A nice thing to do is do something for free for one of those people. Once you identify, say, hey, do you need a little help with your cell phone? I know a man that's 80 years old that's very rich, and he had trouble with his cell phone. I don't know much about it, but he was grateful for the fact that I helped him with his cell phone. There may be a little Facebook or some other thing that the fellow doesn't know about, or a lady. There are rich ladies out there too. Help people. Develop a relationship. Show them how smart you are, and don't talk always about you. Ask them, be interested, not interesting.
So another question, did he buy you a phone or something afterwards?
No, it was his phone. He just couldn't make it operate, so I helped him operate it. He was very great. I reorganized some things.
I actually love this idea, because this is the idea people in business do not talk about. And that's why I was telling you, sometimes, from our viewers' point of view, that, they want to know what could be done. Because they're thinking, hey, if I have money, success is guaranteed, which is not true. Because with money, you can still go down, and with no money, you can still make it.
A fool is quickly separated from his money.
Yes. So that's why, नाज़रीन, हमने fool नहीं बुलाया इस program में. This is something that हम लोगों को एक चीज़ बहुत गौर से understand करनी चाहिए. वो ये है कि आप किसी को भी $1 million दे दें या enough money दे दें किसी भी funds start करने के लिए, लेकिन they cannot be successful unless until they have a good team on their side. हमारे programs के अंदर हमने पिछले program में बात की थी कि आपके पास resources के साथ you have to have a good team. So, yes, create your network. You know, creating your network, helping other people, is a must if you do not have a lot of resources. So, as somebody said a very good thing. He said, people are recognized with their network is recognized with their network. So I think that was a good related comment on that. So, but again, you know, I want to know that somebody has an idea, somebody has money, somebody doesn't. Let's say social networking. You talked about networking, right? Creating networking. That's the first step if you do not have a lot of money to start with.
I would get on to Facebook and very gently get 5,000 people. Be careful who you invite onto Facebook, and don't be a crazy firebrand. Ask questions, try to find out what people are doing, and don't be stupid and don't beat up on people. If you're going to have an argument, do it as a gentleman, and always raise, or a gentle lady for that matter, always raise the level. Don't get sucked into the vortex of a silly argument, because other people read Facebook, they may not participate.
That's right.
I actually have two business deals going because there was a fellow that had white glasses like mine and long funky hair like I do, and there was something about him that I liked. And I connected with him, and now we're doing 2 business deals. And he's in San Francisco. And
Nice.
I never laid eyes on him except through Facebook, so it does work.
Yeah, very nice.
It works for me too, and I do a lot of social media, and I stay active. The great thing about social media, if you have an idea, I mean, of course they have friends and everybody, like you said, and people may not like it all, like you, or like what your comments are,
Right.
even comment, but I have done a lot of business via social media. Of course, they have crowdfunding out there. You're saying people, you know, don't have credit, which is correct. A lot of people do not have credit to start their idea, but they have crowdfunding, they have grants, GoFundMe. People you see starting to use that more than anything now today. But if they're looking for that business loan, it goes back to becoming credit worthy and meeting those 3 C's: cash flow, collateral, and credit.
Cash flow,
Collateral, and credit.
and credit. Can we add networking to it?
Oh, absolutely. I love that. Let's add the end. The networking, absolutely.
All right. So yes, so networking is the key. But again, I want to talk about a little bit on the creative side of it. Okay. Like for example, if somebody are like us, you know, I mean, we have done businesses, we have lost, obviously, businesses. There's no successful business men or women who have not lost. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Right, especially with your program. That's why you have developed. And नाज़रीन के साथ will touch base के ब्रूस ने कौन सी ऐसी एक ऐप क्रिएट की है जो आपको तमाम उस प्रॉब्लम से बचाती है, wrong mistake करने के लिए, investment especially. So the thing I want to come back to is the creative way. What do you have in mind? Let's assume for now somebody doesn't have a good credit. Are they hopeless? Or, I mean, whoever wants to answer that.
They're not hopeless at all. We still gonna.
Let's say they don't have networking skills, or you know they don't have, but they still have a good product.
Right.
They still have good idea. Is there any associations or organizations who can just take their hands and put them on a track? Do we have such thing in the market?
What do you say?
Not very often. That's almost like an invention house that takes an invention idea, but you're going to spend a lot of money doing that. In order to raise money from any source, you have to have a minimal viable product, and that is something that makes the full round circle. A little calculation, a little packaging, a little marketing, a little distribution, and so forth and so on. If you can't demonstrate the 360, you probably are not going to gather much momentum. So learn how to do a little bit of everything. The next time you come around, you're going to take a little bit bigger piece. It's a spiral. And keep going around until finally it gets big enough to attract big money. But the first cycle, you should be able to attract a little bit of money.
See,
practice talking. That's how you sell people.
Yeah, how you sell people.
Come on your show.
Selling. Yes, yeah, you're absolutely right. Because this is the whole purpose of the Store Front show, is to bring experts like yourself for certain topic, and then educate people to how to get into that certain business. So नाज़रीन, अगर आपको ऐसे बिज़नेस में इंटरेस्ट है जिसके बारे में आप मालूमात करना चाहते हैं, हम पूरी कोशिश करेंगे कि उस इंडस्ट्री से रिलेटेड उन पर्सनालिटीज़ को बुलाया जाए और आपके सवालात के जवाबात दिए जाएं. होपफुली फॉलो अस ऑन फेसबुक, स्टोर फ्रंट आज टीवी फेसबुक पे, और अगर आपके कोई क्वेश्चंस हैं तो हमें ईमेल कीजिए इवन आफ्टर और बिफोर द प्रोग्राम storefrontaajtv@gmail.com पे. So hopefully we'll advise you and give you a professional advice how to get onto the second route.
I want to kind of piggyback.
Sure.
Besides your ideas, when, like you said, when people come with great invention ideas, they can sell the purpose. So the product is there, but there has to be a purpose attached to that product as well. So I typically go after purpose first, and then money come behind you. So you have to have, if you don't have a network, people have to believe in your product, and they have to first believe in your purpose.
Yeah.
So that's pretty big.
The reason I was relating this topic with this is because, like artists, right? Most of the scientists or the researchers, right? They don't have business skills. There are many people you and I might know who are into that sort of business. So somebody got to come and take that diamond.
Right.
So hope we had certain platform. So नाज़रीन, जैसा आपने इस सेगमेंट में देखा कि हमने हर बिजनेस रिलेटेड जिसमें फाइनेंसिंग एक सबसे बड़ा इशू है, आपकी पर्सनल स्किल्स हैं, आपकी बिजनेस स्किल्स हैं, हम इनसे दोबारा आपसे बात करेंगे मज़ीद कि व्हाट इज़ द नेक्स्ट स्टेप टू गो इनटू. अगर आपका क्रेडिट अच्छा है या आपका क्रेडिट अच्छा नहीं है, आपका कितना बड़ा वसी नेटवर्क है. तो हम आपसे बात करेंगे दोबारा इस शॉर्ट ब्रेक के बाद. वेलकम नाजरीन, मैं हूं आमिर पिरज़ादा, आपका होस्ट स्टोर फ्रंट शो के साथ. नाजरीन, आपने इस प्रोग्राम में सुना और देखा कि इन ऑर्डर टू कम इनटू अ बिज़नेस, किसी भी बिज़नेस में आने के लिए या बिज़नेस को स्टार्ट करने के लिए देयर आर फ्यू फैक्टर्स, इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर्स बिसाइड्स द मनी, जहाँ पे आपका नेटवर्क काउंट होता है, आपकी फैमिली सपोर्ट, फ्रेंड्स की, और गुड टीम ऑन द साइड. Especially in United States, having a good credit is a plus. There would be a lot of people with the good credit with no money, and I think it's useless because they are scared of getting or jumping into business ventures because they are afraid to keep their good credit. So Dimitria mentioned, and hopefully हम आपसे अगले प्रोग्राम में आप हमें ईमेल कीजिए अगर आपको मज़ीद इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए कि how to improve your credit if it is the issue which is stopping you to getting into a business. Storefront आज TV @gmail पे, या हमारे फेसबुक पे स्टोरफ्रंट आज TV पे क्लिक कीजिए, उसको पेज को लाइक कीजिए. सो जितने अपकमिंग शोज़ होंगे आपको उसके बारे में मालूमात मिलती रहेगी. So Dimitri, I want to get back to you with the first section we talked about, the credit. So hopefully if our viewers like it and they want to get into more, and that's one of the area I believe you specialize,
Yes.
How to bring your credit up.
Right. To get qualified for a business loan.
Yes, to qualify for the business loans. So there is another thing in Texas, I believe. Is this federal or statewide?
State.
Which is the HUB.
Yes.
नाज़रीन को बताते चलें कि and she will explain more. HUB stands for historically underutilized businesses. So those businesses which government allows them to compete with monopolized businesses.
Right.
Did I explain it hopefully right?
Absolutely.
So please elaborate on that for our viewers to know what is HUB or hub, and how can they get into it in order to get into business?
Well, if you're a hub certified business, a lot of government entity will recognize you on their registry, and you cannot be registered on the Texas Comptroller Office unless you are hub certified. So that's one of the benefits. The other benefits, you know, you're likely to receive governmental contracts because you're hub certified. So they definitely want to deal with businesses that is hub certified. And it's free of charge unless you do not know how to prepare those hub certifications. Also, it lasts for like 4 years. So it's always up in 4 years. So you have to go back and renew. But the great benefit is you have a lot of state entities that's actually looking at you. So it's like you're having some type of free marketing and advertisement there. So you're likely to land a government contract being hub certified.
Is there any certain percentage where if that one minority business registers, are they supposed to get any, or do you have to bid for it every time?
They have to bid for it.
And you have to win the contract, basically.
Yes, you have to win the
So
contract.
what's the purpose then?
Absolutely. So that's something we need to change and take a look at when it comes to the city local government. And that's something I like to change. So that's something I'm championing for right now.
Okay.
So you're absolutely right. So it's still like a lot of red tapes involved. I want to say a lot of business kind of get looked over. So it's like they pick and choose who they want to give the hub certification to. So I'm glad you say it's kind of like defeat the purpose.
Yeah. So having a certification would allow you to register with the state. So you get notified
Absolutely.
if there is any state
Contract.
out
If you're a
for people.
contractor, or you definitely get looked at as being a prime contractor. So a lot of people have subcontracts when they get city contracts, government contracts. You don't become prime, but if you hub certified, you can't become prime. So that's the first person that get the first dib.
So would it be fair to say that if somebody has the hub registration and that person does not have either resources or capabilities, can they join
Yes.
somebody else
Yes, absolutely, as a subcontractor.
as a subcontractor,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. That
So
is
Nazreen,
correct.
that's another issue or point you should note down, that चाहे आपका क्रेडिट अच्छा है या बुरा है, या आप hub certified हैं या नहीं हैं, whenever there is a will, there is a way.
That's it.
So even if you are hub registered, and उसके बाद जब आप गवर्नमेंट से रजिस्टर कर लेते हैं अपनी कॉरपोरेशन को या अपने बिजनेस को, तो business would inform you every time there is a state contract is out based on your I would believe specialty
Right.
or field of expertise
Absolutely.
in a way. तो आपको हिम्मत जो है वो उस चीज़ में भी नहीं हारनी चाहिए, क्योंकि there are so many other ways to get into a business, and I have seen personally many minority business owners have succeeded just because they tagged along with a little bit more experienced people.
Absolutely.
So, well, thank you, Demetria, on this comment. And Mr. Bruce, back to you, sir.
Well, I'm glad I learned about the HUD because I did not know about that.
Oh,
Thanks.
Yeah, HUB actually.
HUB, thank you.
HUB.
The hub.
Historically underutilized
Yes.
business. So I
Yes,
had to,
yes.
learn.
Excellent. I
And
knew
I
I
was
was gonna learn
confusing
something.
it. I was confusing it with HUD.
Right, hub and HUD.
And quickly to end on that, I know you just, kind of, let the viewers know what that was about, but quickly, the state have to actually make sure these entities are utilizing those contracts in good faith. So that's the statute. They have to meet those statutory requirements, so we can always challenge that if they're not meeting that statute.
Who, the government?
Yes. They have to recognize these entities that have these certifications as well as giving government contract. They have to give it in good faith. They have to show they at least attempt to give you a chance.
A chance
get
to
those
compete
hubs.
with the,
Yes, and that is the statutory requirement.
So I think, Demetria, that would be fair if I can share with the audience and viewers that you are also a politician.
Absolutely. But
All right.
a peopletician first.
Peopletician first. Okay,
Yes.
that's a good
That's
term.
good.
And Nazreen, हम आपको बताते चलें कि Demetria Smith is running for a governor in Texas, and this year, hopefully.
Yes, this year, 2018, as a write-in candidate.
Right-in candidate, and we wish you good luck. So, and I know that you have done some economic, or one of the agenda on your list is to improve minority businesses.
Absolutely.
Right? So
That's where we
obviously,
grow.
we would like to see
Absolutely.
people, peopletician, did I say correctly?
Yes,
All right.
peopletician.
So peopleticians so what would you say onto that topic where if they are not giving those contracts on a good faith? Because I want my viewers to know, what else? एंड ऑब्वियसली नाज़रीन हम आपके साथ पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन शायद इस प्रोग्राम में शेयर ना कर सकें, बट हमारे गेस्ट वुड बी मोर देन हैप्पी to provide you more information if you have any questions. So please email us and storefront aajtv@gmail पे और Facebook page हमारा like कीजिए so that anytime we post any information you would be first one to know. So Bruce, the thing which I really wanted to share and I wanted to keep somewhere in the middle, hopefully we got enough attention for our, from our viewers to see that, you know, we talked about businesses to start with $1 million or with 100,000. And नाज़रीन जैसे मैंने आपको इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया था कि Bruce is a very artistic, intelligent person I know, and he has created a software which helps you raise money for any type of business. And I think you would be the best person to please explain your innovation.
Thank you. First off, we had some help from some very smart people in Pakistan to help us do the programming. It is called sharkcaptable.com. We have two tools. One is free is good, and you can go on to our website and you can utilize the calculator to see things such as pre-money value, how much money you need to raise, what percentage of the company will be given away based on those two factors. Then when you decide to exit the company or exit the market with your company, you can see how much money both the investors and yourself will earn. It even does a small executive summary, very quick about what the offering is about. You can save 8 scenarios, you can name them, you can recall them. And by the way, when you go onto the program, get yourself a password because some of the features are hidden unless you get a password. sharkcaptable.com. It also has another page which is all about 4 methods of pre-money valuation. And by the way, there are videos and almost every heading has a little piece of pop-up help so you can understand what we are talking about. And finally, we end up with a way to basically make a small, tiny business plan. It's very small. We ask you 12 important questions. And you can post a little video by scraping the URL off of YouTube and posting it so that you can play your own little corporate promotional video right there on your cell phone. And it's a pretty interesting tool, and it really focuses in on the things you need to know about in order to raise equity money. I wouldn't use the tool to do a loan because that's a whole different bailiwick.
So how far does it go as to the free app or the free software?
Well, you can
how
use
far
it,
meaning like
you can use it forever.
Okay.
But you could make a little. Here's the thing with it. You could show your investors. You could give them the password. There's 10 versions of it, so you could have the small, medium, and large, or the good, better, best scenario. And you could say, Amir, go to this site and here's the password and tell me what you think. What would be the value to you of looking at our software or our company in this software tool?
So let's just break it down, hopefully, in this segment for our viewers. So somebody, how big the business should be? Or, I mean, let's say they're looking.
It could be a startup. I mean, I think we can put in $1 billion number in there.
Uh-huh.
It's for a single round of equity.
Equity. So it could be with your friends and family and fools?
Yes.
Right?
Or it could be a second round. It does not do financial statements. That's something that the downloadable tool has a place for. This is a very simple tool. It just does equity. Now, the tool that you can buy for $75 on sharkcaptable.com is an Excel download. It does all different kinds of deals: equity, actually preferred royalties, things like that. And it allows you to automatically put together a 5-page summary. There's numbers and words.
Based on the numbers you put in.
Yes. And you just push a button and there it is. It's a very good tool, not too hard to learn. Again, there's lots and lots of help on YouTube. I've made a point of putting lots of YouTube so you can see what you're doing. And I try to impart a little wisdom along the way.
So let me just focus on the first point. Let's say a person wants to start not a mid-size, but maybe a smaller business, right? And he wants to reach out to his friends. Can he or she use the same tool?
Yes, he could reach out in two ways. The first way is put all the data into the free tool and then pass the password and say, Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Jane, go look at this and you'll read all about it. It doesn't print, it just is an electronic tool. The next one, you can actually print a 5-page executive summary, make a PDF of it, and send it out to all of your friends. And this will give the overall view.
Excellent. So you have taken another piece of a person's need, maybe, to write up a business plan. Based on your numbers, it creates the statement.
I would like to say something about business plans. People make big mistakes. They come up with an idea. They spend 6 months building a business plan. And by the time they get it to the investor, the market has changed. The investor wasn't interested in the first place, or you never find an investor. What you want to do is build an executive summary with all the component pieces. Take that out and give it to your best friends, your worst enemies, but get some feedback. At the end of that time period, you actually may find out of 100 people, 2 or 3 that are interested. It's a tough business to raise money. But do it. It's better to spend more time talking to investors than sitting behind your computer writing a bunch of stuff that nobody cares about. Now, when you get the guy with the money, or the lady with the money, as the case may be, they may say, well, let's see your business plan. You say, well, give me about a week and I'll have you a business plan complete. Because by that time, you know everything and you can put together a short business plan.
The Shark Cap Table.
SharkCapTable.com. There's also another one out there. It's much more complete. It's for bigger businesses. It's called SharkCapTable.pro.
So the software itself will allow people to put out their numbers and allow investors or people they want to raise funds from.
The story will be told in words and numbers. And even a video if you want.
Okay, so you can add your video and tell your business plan. That's an excellent tool. That's an excellent tool because we talked about in our first section, improve or expand your network, and that's another way of doing it without leaving your house, right?
Right.
So, so excellent. So this app, how much does it cost besides the free tool? I mean,
by the way, you can have the free app on your cell phone. It works on either Apple, which is the iOS, or the Android, or the Microsoft.
Excellent. So नाज़रीन, आपने conversation सुनी Dimitria की और Bruce की. So take your time and learn. If you have been thinking to start a business, you have been thinking about raising some funds, calling your friends and families to a business project. So go ahead and use this tool, SharkCapTable.com. और अपनी आप सारी information डालिए, play with it. And by the way, which store did you say? Apple and Android?
Both all three.
All three under the same name, Shark Cap?
Well, it's a mobile web app, which means you're going to open up the website on your phone, and it comes right up.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to download it from the store.
It's just over the internet.
Okay. So you can go, नाज़रीन, आप SharkCapTable.com पे जाइए, free software tools use कीजिए. और अगर आपको इस कॉन्वर्सेशन से रिलेटेड, इस शो से रिलेटेड मज़ीद इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए, so feel free to call us and we'll get you in touch with these wonderful guests. आज टीवी पे हमारा आप फेसबुक पे हमारा पेज लाइक कीजिए, so you can get all the updated and upcoming shows. अगर आपको कोई क्वेश्चन है इस शो से रिलेटेड या any business which you would be interested in, please feel free. Storefront ashtv@gmail.com पे. तो नाजरीन, हम एक छोटी सी ब्रेक के बाद दोबारा हाजिर होते हैं इन गेस्ट के साथ. वेलकम नाजरीन, मैं हूं आमिर पिरज़ादा, आपका होस्ट स्टोर फ्रंट के साथ वापस आने का शुक्रिया. हमारे साथ आज गेस्ट हैं डिमिट्रिया स्मिथ एंड ब्रूस बडू. Both are interesting personality. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. नाज़रीन, हमने इस प्रोग्राम में, इस सेगमेंट्स में आपसे डिस्कस किया कि अगर कोई बिज़नेस में आना चाहता है या बिज़नेस स्टार्ट करना चाहता है with little money or lot of money, what are the tools available? We talked about social networking, contacting your family members, or दूसरे मज़ीद tools. So we'll talk about in this section. Hopefully we can give you a little bit more guidance. Because नाज़रीन इस शो का स्टोर फ्रंट शो का जो मकसद है जो वो ये है कि आपको बिज़नेस इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड करना और उन गेस्ट को और उन पर्सनालिटीज़ को बुलाना, इनवाइट करना अपने शो में जो आपको उस इंडस्ट्री से रिलेटेड बेहतरीन इंफॉर्मेशन मुहैया कर सकते हैं. अगर आपको कोई क्वेश्चन उस प्रोग्राम से रिलेटेड है तो आप हमें ईमेल कर सकते हैं storefrontajtv@gmail पे, और हमारे फेसबुक पेज को लाइक कर सकते हैं storefrontajtv, so that any upcoming programs you'll be notified. So Dimitri, I want to get back to extended section of women in business, because as we were talking that there are many people or some women may not know, and again there's a social thing concerned to them or not having enough resources. And you briefly mentioned about, or as we talked about, hub certifications.
Right.
So what do you think, women in business in general, and then you mentioned something about the areas where they can still look into for opportunities. So what businesses do you think they might get into?
Well, any business that women have in terms of an idea, they can just branch out and open up their own business. They just need the resources and they need the guidance in getting that. But they just need opportunity. A lot of women, I want to say, in the underserved areas do not have a lot of opportunities, and also maybe they just do not know those opportunities even exist. So I want to let those women know that there's hope out there, because those opportunities actually does exist. So if you have an idea, then you can present your idea to City Hall, and they'll direct them, to an administrator to assist them and coach them and take them through some classes or whatnot to help them become hub certified. So those certifications actually for minorities, and it's for women minorities. So they need to know that they do have help out there that the government actually guaranteed that they're supposed to get. So the Southeast area, we only have 6.6% entrepreneurs, women. Wow. In the Southeast area. That's a very, very, very low percentage. So therefore, why is that number so low? Because they do not know that opportunity does exist, or maybe they just do not know how to actually get to those opportunities.
So what platform would you recommend, or you can think of right now, where they can at least go onto the website and start reading about what we just discussed?
They can go to the city. They can go to the city website, and they'll see the hub certifications there, the requirements, the guidelines, and it doesn't matter where they at, what city they're in. They can go directly to their city website.
So is it statewide?
It's statewide, absolutely.
Each state has their own program?
Each state the state of Texas, if you're in the state of Texas, they have their program, but other states have their own hub certified. So it means it's federal. It's a federal program as well.
Oh, okay.
It's just not a statewide
I didn't know that. So HUB, the historically underutilized, is the federal program.
Yeah, it's a federal program as well.
Which everybody accommodates according to their rules or state-wise program.
Absolutely.
So नाज़रीन, जैसा आपने Dimitria को सुना, that women or minorities can start, and there are many areas. अगर आप कोई business start करना चाह रहे हैं, और in order to be hub certified, which is historically underutilized businesses stands for, which is a federal program. तो आप सिटी की वेबसाइट पे जाइए, उसको सर्च कीजिए और देखिए आप उसके अंदर उसमें क्या इन्फॉर्मेशन अपने आप से सर्च कर सकते हैं. और अगर आपको इस प्रोग्राम के हवाले से अगर मज़ीद इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए डिमिट्रिया से या ब्रूस से, प्लीज़ हमें ईमेल कीजिए और हम आपके होपफुली आंसर्स जो है आपको ईमेल के ज़रिए पहुंचाएंगे. So another thing, Dimitria, on the you mentioned briefly on the CRA. What is CRA?
Community Reinvestment Act.
Community Reinvestment Act. What is it and how does it apply?
This is a mandate from the Federal Reserve that, again, minorities have to get funding from these FDIC banks.
Okay.
And these banks are graded every 2 years. Some banks are graded every 3 years on lending, activities, and investment actually. So they're graded, and if the banks do not meet those grading criteria, then those banks actually fold, or they close down, or they have to do acquisition and merge. So they have criteria they have to meet according to the Federal Reserve. So these, again, for minority, it doesn't matter what race, but it's for minorities. So this is money that's guaranteed. If you're trying to buy a home, if you're trying to get business loan, the CRA, every banks have CRA officers in those.
Okay.
So you can also walk into a bank and ask for their CRA report.
Okay.
And you can see what their report cards look like. And when you see their CRA report cards, you can see where they're lacking in terms of lending.
Well, that's very interesting, actually, because that opens up, hopefully, another full show
Absolutely.
To take from people from the very bottom. Somebody has credit, not credit, what are the options, what is CRA, and what help is available by the government, by the state and this federal government. So CRA, briefly again on this topic, because नाज़रीन प्रोग्राम में ये चीज़ें डिस्कस करने की मकसद सिर्फ एक ही है, वो ये है कि आपको बेसिक नॉलेज उस वक्त फ्राहम की जाए, और बहुत से बिजनेसेस ऐसे हैं जिसके पर हमारे पास काफ़ी सारी रिक्वेस्ट हैं, बहुत सारे डिफरेंट बिजनेसेस हैं, फ्रॉम होटल से, असिस्टेड लिविंग से, मेडिकल रिलेटेड से, क्योंकि गैस स्टेशन इंडस्ट्री इज स्टिल बूमिंग एंड देयर आर सो मेनी businesses, as we'll talk to Bruce about online marketing and online businesses. तो उस ऐसे बिजनेस जिससे आप इंफॉर्मेशन चाहते हैं, हमें प्लीज़ ईमेल कीजिए storefrontagtv@gmail.com पे. तो CRA, जैसा डिमिट्री ने बताया कि कम्युनिटी रीइंफोर्समेंट एक्ट, Community Reinvestment Act. This is the act which I believe was approved by the federal government to invest certain amount of money in certain communities to give out. And now those FDIC registered qualified banks must invest certain percentage to those certain communities.
Absolutely.
So, and I believe it might get people's interest more to know. Personally, I did not know about CRA.
Nor did I.
And a lot of people.
Fountain of information.
Yeah, so a lot of people with a good credit, good money, don't even know things about that. So that's why I wanted to see what opportunities people have if they don't have the right contacts.
And to top that, I mean, these CRA officers are desperately looking for business.
They have to meet certain quota, maybe?
They have to meet the data. They need the data to take it back to the Federal Reserve. If they do not have the data, then they close down.
So they can close the bank down if they're not reinvesting?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
So how much, does the credit play a role again in this?
Not in the CRA, it does not. Yeah, they have to, in terms of lending, yes, but for them to meet the lending requirement, no. So
how would they meet the lending requirement if the credit is bad?
Which I'm getting ready to say. So if that means they have to go down on a guideline, like FHA, Federal Housing Administration, they don't have credit guideline, to lend, to get a home. They don't have a credit guideline at all.
Okay.
But it's the FDIC banks that backs that have that credit guideline.
Okay.
So we can have another segment
yeah,
of this.
Yeah, hopefully, नाज़रीन आपके साथ हम ज़रूर शेयर करेंगे. Hub historically underutilized businesses, which is very interesting topic. बहुत सारे हमारी communities में और हमारी outside communities बहुत से लोग ऐसे हैं जिन लोगों को इस चीज़ से मुतल्लिक knowledge नहीं है. So please अपने Facebook page like कीजिए. तो उस प्रोग्राम से पहले हम आपको इन्फॉर्म करेंगे अगर आप को मज़ीद आंसर्स चाहिए, आपके क्वेश्चंस हैं, so feel free to email us. So Bruce, with you, sir, once again, on the online part of it, the reason for this show now is to just let people open up their mind, so what opportunities they can see. So have you done any online business?
Yes, we have. In fact, we're doing some right now. Would you like to hear the story?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
And you can email me the rest.
Yes, I'll keep it brief. Sometimes bad things happen that you can learn from. When we got started with Shark Cap Table, we did initial research for the word AdWords. We found out that there were 30,000 people a month looking for cap tables. And we said to ourselves, that's not in the millions, but we could make an interesting foray into that market if we had 30,000 people. So we began programming and working hard. And then 4 months later, my partner in the deal says, Bruce, we got a little trouble here. Google says now we only have 7,000, 1/4 of the number, and that really wasn't a threshold amount. And we decided to go ahead anyway because we were thoroughly through the project, and we said, you know, we could still make some money off the consulting side if we had the product out there. We didn't sell too many, but we got some interest from people that needed consulting work. So that's essentially what we did. We even went ahead and did a small test. We bought the AdWords to get us to the top, you know, the paid ad area. And what we found out is that if we sold 100, it would make us about a 15% margin, which was not enough. We need to do at least a 2 to 1. In other words, for every dollar, you've got to have a margin that makes you at least $2 back. Otherwise, you're not going to be making money. So
online marketing, you mean?
Online marketing.
Online
so
marketing.
if we bought a lot of ads, we were barely going to pay back our ad costs, and that's not a good business. So what we did instead is that we relied on videos in YouTube. YouTube happens to be the 3rd largest search engine.
Yes.
So here's our idea. Put enough videos out, choose your words like cap table, raise money, you know, pre-money, post-money, all, you get about 25 different words, and you hope that people are going to search. And if you put enough of them out there, you look like an authority. Authorities are very important. If you have just one posting, people go, well, that's nice. If you see 50, which we have, people say, wow, this guy must really know what he's talking about. And we actually have one that's achieved 15,000 views, which is actually pretty good. Wow. And we have a spattering of others up to a couple hundred. And what's interesting, if you look at what's being investigated, the second best one is only 250, but it's all, and maybe 300 now, it's all about royalties. So you can learn by looking at the number of views. So we're depending upon YouTube and people looking for the word cap table or pre-money value or common stock, any number of words, and that's how we're actually selling.
So how, so basically YouTube turned out to be better than Google?
YouTube is free.
Yeah.
And we've done all our sales essentially on YouTube.
On YouTube, okay. Very nice.
So what we have now is a simple little business. We deliver the software using a wonderful little company called eJunkie. It costs us $5 a month and a couple bucks every time somebody buys our $75 product. And it's automatic. I don't do anything. The money just trickles in. It's not very much, but once in a while I get a phone call. And that's when we turn them into a client. And it's worth its weight in gold. Plus, you can show people that you have an internet presence.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. So नाज़रीन, जैसा आपने इस प्रोग्राम सारे सेगमेंट्स में हमारे गेस्ट की बात सुनी, there are so many opportunities are available. Either you have financing or you don't have financing, or you can still go ahead and get the professional help. People can pay a lot of money for bad advice, and people can pay very less by tuning into Storefront and let experts answer their fears and questions. So on the online sales part, because I wanted to touch a little bit on each aspect of business, you know, what a woman has it, what a small business owner has it, what finances they can get. Yes, I understand the Amazon and eBay. We did not do much with them, but have you done any business or any of you?
I've done zero there. They want a 30% cut. One of these days, when I have more time, I'm going to try. The problem is I'm basically a one-man band, and my consulting business is booming. Don't have enough hours in the day to go chasing after that. We were off eJunkie for 2 months. I finally got back onto eJunkie. So that kind of tells you where we're at. It's not high on the list, but now we're back in business. And I'll look at those because there's a huge number. I've looked at the number of books and cap tables that are offered on Amazon, and the answer is very low. What I don't know is how many people are searching for them on Amazon. That's the key issue. Search.
Okay. So online,
search engine optimization as well.
Right now, if somebody wants to sell a product, so you would suggest maybe to go on YouTube, create your product videos, or...
Well, what kind of a product?
Any product. I mean, we are talking any person, as I said, the purpose of the show was people who are either in the business or want to get into a business.
Well,
if they want to sell any product, do you have any advice for them? What would be their first bet, even if they're taking 30%?
Amir, the only advice I can give you is what we've learned. If it's a software tool, it's delivered essentially free over the internet. That means no boxes, no tape, no nothing. And that's really a great business. If you have a physical product, probably, and I'm just guessing, Amazon and eBay is the place to go.
Place to go, yeah, because you get viewers.
Well, hopefully you've picked a product that has more than 7,000 people looking for it per month.
Yeah.
Because for every 7,000, maybe there's 10 people that really are serious. That's not a business, that's luck. It does pay.
And this is what you had with your search with the Google first.
Yeah, we thought we had 30,000 and it was cut by 4. So that really reduced the probabilities. But on the good side, there are millions of incorporations every year throughout the world. And when I get a little more time, a little more money, we are going to attack it from a search engine optimization, try to get more links, get onto affiliates, try to get more people involved with blogs, and that will raise our ranking without spending a lot of money.
Very good, sir, very good. Hopefully we can have another show or another programs based on their people's demand on the online sales. Because this is something that people would like to do it on the side, and I have heard a lot of good successful stories actually, starting a little bit business on Amazon and it launched to something else bigger. So Nazreen, I hope कि आपने ये program enjoy किया होगा. Demetria Smith and Bruce Badu, I welcome you and thankful to you for taking the time out for the show, and hopefully we can get them on the show again and explore more and learn more from their knowledge. तो नाज़रीन, अगर आपको इस प्रोग्राम से रिलेटेड या कोई ऐसे अपकमिंग प्रोग्राम के ज़रिए इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए किसी बिज़नेस के बारे में, तो प्लीज़ फील फ्री टू ईमेल अस storefrontaztv@gmail.com पे, फेसबुक पे स्टोरफ्रंट आज टीवी पे पेज को लाइक कीजिए सो दैट आपको अपकमिंग प्रोग्राम्स के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन मुहैया होती रहे. तो नाज़रीन, आपके लिए एक नेक्स्ट शो लेकर आएंगे दोबारा स्टोर फ्रंट, और आपसे मज़ीद बिजनेसेस के बारे में बात होगी. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. आपके होस्ट आमिर पीरज़ादा को इजाज़त दीजिए. खुदा हाफ़िज़.